Go ahead. Take a bite. Rich flavor, fresh ingredients, bold, cheesy goodness. But where does it all come from? The simple answer is a lot of different types of farmers. But that answer isn't enough. People have become disconnected from the sources of their food. And these sources are facing significant challenges, from small vegetable farmers to multi-generational dairy farms and everything in between. So a farmer's ability to overcome today's challenges directly affects what shows up on our plate. How do we ensure that comforting grilled cheese of today is still here tomorrow? A source of the disconnection could be that in 1950, over 12% of the U.S. workforce worked on farms. Today, it's only 1.3%, and that number could get smaller as farmers age.
Currently, there are 4 times more farmers in America that are over 65 than are under 35.
David Haight works to protect farmland and promote sound farming practices at the American Farmland Trust.
The good news is there are a new generation that wants to get started in farming.
Like at Nettle Valley Farm.
The pigs themselves are what get me up in the morning. They're hilarious, and I love working with them, even when they drive me crazy.
Dayna, Burtness, and Nick Nguyen pasture-raised pigs on their farm in Minnesota.
When a lot of people grow up on farms and they just continue on with the family tradition, but I grew up in the suburbs. My dad and actually all of my ancestors for the last 6 generations since they got off the boat from Norway have been farmers in this county.
I was exposed to farming after I met my now wife, Dayna, and pretty early on, I knew that it would be a part of my life. So when Dayna started her vegetable farm, I would help out. And then as I got more comfortable with that, I started helping out with other aspects of the farming business.
Despite the untraditional start, Nettle Valley Farm uses traditional farming along with innovative techniques.
The biggest way we're focusing on increasing our resilience into the future is by focusing on soil health. So increasing the diversity of crops that we have growing out in the field, increasing the diversity of livestock we have.
That knack for adaptation is key as farmers today face new realities. Those range from climate change to changing demographics, and from everyday financial challenges to yearly land loss. Yes, the land itself is disappearing. The U.S. lost 11 million acres of farmland to development in the last 20 years.
So a big concern of ours is that we're losing 2,000 acres of agricultural land to real estate development each and every day.
Farmers not only need more land, they need more quality land.
So what does that mean? It means helping to keep soil covered. So using things like cover crops in order to have that land less open and less susceptible to different types of erosion. It's looking at things like reducing tillage and actually turning over the soil and disrupting that soil biology and keeping more of the carbon in the soil.
Another key issue is climate change. More floods, fires, and extreme temperatures are forcing changes to traditional practices. A farmer's ability to adapt to these changes directly dictates how resilient they'll be.
We just don't know what normal is anymore. So we don't know when rain is going to come. We don't know when the dry periods are going to come.
Despite the hurdles, there's a commitment to keeping the traditions and solutions alive.
The truth is that every eater can do something. People thinking about the food they're buying, where it comes from, how it was produced. Being intentional about those choices will have a ripple effect on farms and communities across the country.
Collectively, we have to decide that we value healthy soil, clean water, clean air enough to make it easier for farmers.
A farmer's challenges and successes make wide ripples in today's complex and interconnected food system. Almost every delicious bite you enjoy is because of a farmer, and they need our help to secure our food supply for generations to come. That's why Tillamook and American Farmland Trust created All for Farmers, a coalition of brands and food lovers joining together to support farmers across the U.S. Helping farmers to thrive also means having that delicious grilled cheese at the ready, and that's pretty comforting. Learn more about how you can help at allforfarmers.com.